Hello everyone and welcome back to my continuation of my Half-Life Alyx playthrough without using VR. We've moved on to the Superweapon chapter right there. There's a transition.
You know, it got a bit messy back there, but we did get Dad back.
Yeah.
What?
That's probably gonna draw some attention. Not probably, actually. It's definitely drawing attention. Look, they're looking for you now, okay? So just be careful.
Okay, so I was going to say there's a transition there to indicate that that was the end of one recording and the start of another. And thankfully this part isn't going to be as long as the previous one, or the next one for that matter.
You know, if we can get this weapon, we could change things forever.
Yeah. If.
Look, I know we've only been working together for a few hours now, but I want you to know I'm proud of you. Okay, you're under a lot of pressure here.
Wow. Rise.
So much pressure, in fact, that I hesitate to even bring it up. But I did notice that when you reached out for your father's hand, had he actually grabbed it, his grip would have crushed all the delicate sensors in the Russells.
Ah. Okay.
Totally understandable, and would have been worth it, by the way, in this case.
Right.
Having said that, I have a hard time imagining another situation where that would have been the case. And much like your father, the Russells are priceless. Okay, so just, moving forward.
Russ, I promise your gloves are safe with me.
Okay, so there's a bit of banter there between Alyx and Russell. So, as I was saying earlier, there was a transition, meaning that there's one recording session ended and another began. And this part is relatively short compared to the previous and the next part. So, I apologise for those long parts, but there's not much you can really do about it. In my case, I'm trying to do this on a chapter by chapter basis, and as I keep mentioning in the playthrough, the crossfade that you would have just saw was editing out side exploration that I deem unnecessary for the playthrough. So that saves me a lot of time, and especially in the next part where all of the raw gameplay would have amounted to probably like 1 hour 15 minutes or something for the entire part. I've managed to get it down to about 52 minutes, so that's trying to cut out as much unnecessary exploring as possible. But in a part like this, because it is, shorter, I do include some bits of exploration, I guess, just to show you what it is like when I do the exploring side of things. But as you saw there, I failed to kill the head crab and ended up having to use a shotgun shell to kill it. So that's me using the auto loader, which is good to use, and that's why I got it so early on. And cut out some more exploration style stuff that I was doing. But I got the yellow key card off the table, I believe it was, and I leave the health vial there to demonstrate that you can actually put the key cards that you need in this chapter in the wrist cell. I don't know why I did that, because I need to actually pull it out right around here. And then I realised, oh, I actually need some health. So there we go, just heal and then get the yellow key card out, because we just need to walk like 10 steps and use it. But we can keep hold of it for later if we really want to. So just go through here and we should get zombies. Oh no, I wasn't expecting zombies. Oh, he had a green bit in his chest, and that's bad. Should have killed him, but it didn't. Both head crabs survived that. Well, not now, obviously. So, just reload again.
Oh, Dad said he stole some files about this weapon.
Well, when it comes to combined data encryption,
You're my
Eli's
guy?
your guy.
Oh,
Systems, robotics, networks, I can make short work of those.
but not data encryption.
Might as well be an alien language. Well, it is an alien language. Anyway, look, Eli's your guy.
So yeah, just saying that Eli is the person to go to for decrypting combined messages and all that, because it is an alien language. But everything else you can probably go to Russell for. So we just have to go up the elevator here, just push the button, Alyx. There we go. Yeah, pushing the buttons is kind of awkward without VR, because then you can't really tell where your finger's going to be going, so I often miss pressing buttons and all that. There's something up in the ceiling. I'm just picking up trash for no real reason. And I think at this point I tried to press enter, because apparently there was a a button you can press and it does a squeeze command and you can squeeze certain props with it. But looked like that cup wasn't having any of it. So I guess if we go through this door, then... Oh, what's this in the sky?
Alyx, look out the window.
Holy crap. That's gotta be the vault.
Yeah. Your dad didn't mention it was floating.
So even if we make it there, we still have to get up to it.
Oh, the cables! Look at all the cables attached to it. All we have to do is follow them.
And break whatever's at the other end.
And down comes the vault. Simple, easy to follow. Yeah, I like this plan.
So that's the plan. Break the cables and the vault comes crashing down. Now you did see me just actually get the blue key card, which is what we need. And I do exploring in this area as well, but I just keep a hold of the blue key card for now. And I believe I do edit out the exploration because I deem it unnecessary and it just adds unnecessary time to the playthrough. So now we're going out of that area with both key cards that we need and going back the way we came. Oh, there's head crabs. They came out the ceiling, but of course, because Alyx is Alyx, you can just like mow them down instantly without too much trouble.
Have you heard any Combine chatter about Dad escaping?
No, nothing. It's all about sending reinforcements into the quarantine zone.
On the plus side, that means Dad is still on his way back to him. We'd have heard if they recaptured Eli Vance.
And on the downside...
Getting to the vault isn't going to get any easier.
So it seems as if there's combined reinforcements being sent into the quarantine zone where we are because of what we did. So good job, Alyx. But of course, we got the blue key card, which opens up the way, and I believe this is where we get introduced to the grenades. So I believe what you have to do is press enter to activate them, and then you can press semicolon, I think it is, to throw them.
Agreed.
So it's kind of awkward to do it, but I think once you get the knack of it, you can kind of do it most of the time. So I just leave both of the key cards back there. And that's something that happens as well. You can accidentally throw it towards you when you don't want it to, and accidentally throw it behind you when you don't want it to. So I also skipped solving that puzzle because it's, I think, a 2-stage laser puzzle, and I already would have showed that to you, so you're not really missing out on puzzle solving in that sense. But I decided I'll keep a couple grenades handy, just in case, and try and use the last grenade or two that I have here available to kill the barnacles, because they're pricks and they deserve to die. So just grab hold of the grenade, and all you gotta do, Alyx, is just throw it into the barnacle right there. You see it? And oh shit, no, grab the wrong thing, come on, throw it. Oh, and I think on any other difficulty that would have killed you instantly. But because this is story mode, I survived a grenade that was in my hand, and now I need to drop down there and aim up to kill a barnacle, and obviously that's not a good idea, but thankfully I could actually at least aim up to hit the barnacle. But of course my health is really low at this point because I screwed up so badly there, and that's problematic. Sometimes you can get the grenade off the way you want it to, and other times, or rather most of the time, you actually end up having problems throwing them. But either way, it is what it is. So thankfully there's a health file there, which I just used, and that helps a little bit. But here's a bit where you can just like throw grenades down at the zombies to try and kill them in advance, I guess, of going down there. And I don't know where that went. Oh, it went underneath me. Okay. Yeah, look out, zombies, you idiots. So I think I skip around this bit as well, just because it's just me throwing grenades. It's just at the other end of the catwalk, going the way that you're supposed to, because I threw all the grenades and I don't think I made much progress than what I showed you there. So it's pointless me showing you failures, I guess. But here's a nice little bit where a grenade would actually help. So I'll just grab one out of my cell here and just activate it, throw it, and it should just blow all the barnacles up that are up there. Stupid barnacle tried to eat a grenade. side, but that's not going to work too well for you. And there's another grenade there, so it was not like I wasted anything, I guess. But more pointless exploration edited out, and you end up in this sort of area of a subway station, I guess. So again, more exploring, and what we're supposed to do is be able to throw a grenade into a vent to be able to proceed. And the door to my left, or behind me, or to my right is locked. So I go down this way, which had resin from earlier, that you might have saw. And I decide to show a bit of a laser puzzle here, because this might be something new, I don't know. But either way, I think my strategy for this is to just crouch down and try and solve it while crouching, because I find it a bit easier to actually aim the pointer when you're crouched. Unless the one I showed earlier, the laser puzzle, was only a one-stage one. Well, no, that was a one-stage one, so I guess I showed it. Maybe I didn't show it before, but the only way to get past this bit is to, as I say, throw a grenade through the vent, but without VR, your grenades just sort of go horizontally, well, in a horizontal plane to where you are, so you can't actually angle them upwards. So the caveat to that is you press like page up and grow 20 feet in size to then just toss a grenade to the other side. So kind of unrealistic, but that's the only way to do it without VR, as my knowledge goes. So I think one of the criticisms I would have would be if you could actually have an indicator of where your grenade's going to go, but because that would be really complicated to implement, and I'm not playing this in VR, which you know you're supposed to play this in VR.
I see him.
So yeah, I thought I'd stay quiet there because of what Overwatch was saying. But yeah, going on the point about what I was saying, complaining about this game from a non-VR perspective and some of the mechanics about it is kind of superfluous, seeing as, you know, you're supposed to play this in VR, so playing it without VR and complaining about it isn't really a good thing to be doing. But I skipped out solving the fabricator puzzle because it would have just been moving a blue ball into position to open it up. And in this case I decided to try and get the burst fire for the pistol upgrade. So I just put the resin in, and this is easy enough. I guess you just do the hold / and right shift bit to just get the resin, and it auto selects it to go into that drawer there or whatever it's supposed to be. And I guess that combined lettering is supposed to say fabricating or something like that. But here we go.
Wow, my gun's looking pretty good.
Russ, come on. At this point, it's kind of our gun.
Yeah, Russ trying to take credit for the gun that we have. But it's not his anymore, it's ours. Or mine, rather, if you want to be really specific about it. So that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use the combine panel there to deactivate the shield, and then we go down this way, and oh, there's a big combine guy back there. Toss a grenade in, hopefully it takes him out. You moved out the way, oh come on. Alright, let's try and take his ass out. Oh no, he's got a shield up. And the reason I shot at that is because I did need the achievements at this point in the playthrough to kill a combine heavy while his shield was up. So that's why I do the following here, which is to try and go around him while his shield's up to try and kill him when his shield's up, but didn't quite work out too well, did it? So that's bad. But anyway, I'll try and go back, but I thought, nah, there's nothing there, and there's stuff coming up that we can do as well. So that's the introduction to, I guess, the combined shotgun guy, heavy, who takes a lot of damage, I guess, and has a shield, and that disorients you. So I edited out exploring a side room. That's where the sort of antlion grub for the health kit came from, and I have trouble trying to get the grenades in, but there's a knack to it. Once you know, realise what it is that you need to do, you can just do it every time afterwards. But here's another one of those reroute puzzles, and so what we've got to try and do is get Blue to that lower combine thing without setting the alarm off, otherwise you'd get reinforcements sent to your position. And that's not good. You don't want to be fighting enemies at this bit. Especially on my first playthrough, since I only had a tiny sliver of health and one bullet would kill me, so good job me getting myself killed. At least at this point it's kind of the opposite. It's just one little bit of health and then I'm at full health, so good enough, I guess. And that kind of wasn't healing me for a moment, but just had to get in the right spots. And I edited out solving that puzzle for ammo and other stuff. Again, I deem it unnecessary to show that, so if you play this for yourself, you know what you're going to get when you do that. Just a laser puzzle to solve. Oh, what's this back here? There's Combine, toss a grenade at them, it bounced off a pillar, oh well, whatever. We've got more grenades, let's do it. Let's throw another one down there. Oh no, the same pillar got in the way. That's what I mean about the grenades and possibly having an indicator to know where your grenades are going. So you can actually see where your grenade's going to get thrown. But I guess we'll see later if anything helps us in that regard. But all I can really say is that throwing the grenades is kind of awkward. But that's from a non-VR perspective, so maybe in VR it's actually way easier to do and you have more control over where it's going. But took some damage there, so I took the health vial and healed myself and shattered a lot of glass there for no particular reason. But I'll show you going down this way because this is where you're supposed to go, and trying to do the thorough exploration and get everything that I can run that I was doing here. Which means I go down this door in front of me right now, which I'm going to edit out because there's no point in really showing it. But yeah, it's like 2 health kits back to back, virtually. Hopefully I don't need to come back for that. But if we go up this way, then... oh, that don't sound good. And we get music as well. Grenade! Alright. Oh, and I had the burst fire for the pistol out there as well, so I missed. And I got penalised for missing. But there were some shells there, so I thought, yeah, take that. Shoot the manhack. Get the health vial. Oh, you got like some acid house coming up right now. Oh, grab grenades. And grenade out. Oh no, it didn't throw. Throw the grenade, Alyx. Ah, she nearly blew herself up again. Any other difficulty, I would have died to that. I guarantee it. And again, that's part of the awkwardness of throwing the grenades in this game. So I'm trying to take out a Combine guy from that distance with a shotgun. It's kind of not going to work for you. But I killed him and his manhack easily enough. So yeah, stupidly couldn't throw a grenade 2 times in a row and nearly died because of it. And I guess I checked my health around this point and it's like, yeah, I am going to use that health kit, which I just said I wasn't going to use. So I edit out that bit because it's kind of redundant to show you healing. I showed you healing in the past and you know how it works. But I'm at full health and walking around and grabbing ammo from telephone areas, I guess, I don't know. And a Combine had a grenade on him, so I'll take that. And proceed to head to the exit of the subway station. And I guess there's more exploration that I edit out around this point because you're just supposed to head off to the, well, this area here, which takes you up to street level. So I have a health syringe as well.
Look to the Northern Star.
I am. Why are you saying it like that?
No. The Vortigaunt said
Red chairs.
the Northern Star to help his friends, which sounds like Vortigaunt nonsense, but I guess it isn't.
Oh, yeah. That does make more sense.
So yeah, we got to the Northern Star. The Vortigaunt told us to look to the Northern Star, and it's actually the name of a hotel. So that's where we're at right now. And again, I'm just wandering around at this point.
Alyx, I think you should find your way into that hotel and get up to the substation.
Yeah, so that was me exploring the entire area, trying to see if I could get any resin, mostly. But at this point, I'm seeing the end of the recording in sight, so I hope you've enjoyed me post-commentating over my gameplay of Half-Life Alyx. Again, I said this is a relatively short part, but the next part is going to be pretty long, sadly, so I apologise for that. But I apologise if my commentary was crap at times as well. But I'm going to be rounding the video off here, so thank you for watching, and see you next time for whatever I decide to do.